the general audience about working in a startup. What's a good fit? That means, how would you know if you're a good fit for a startup? And if you're a Gen Y, why take that plunge or that challenge?
When I came out of the corporate environment, we are given a very structured training program and learning points in order to advance our careers. So in some ways, everything is essentially set for you over there. There's already things that you have to learn and a lot more resources made available to you in a very structured manner. The startup world is very different in that there is not as much structure. You have to essentially explore for yourself what you can do and run with that. That said, the amount of resources available are simply just as massive. But building the structure around them and to be able to develop your career and your capabilities are entirely up to you. So in the startup industry, essentially one must be ready to be uncomfortable. One must be ready to take risks, take challenges. There is no straight answer to anything. One has to go and look for that answer and develop one's skills and learning in that process. Secondly, startups today generally require a good understanding of technology, of computer code, and of software and software development in general, along with other skills like project and people management. And it's very essential to be comfortable with them, if not at least fluent and extremely skilled with them.
Right. And that's the thing I've been finding out for other startup leaders, is that the young people or the young people who join, not just age-wise, but young as in inexperienced, may not have that. So they're kind of running without the expertise. Then does your startup onboard you or give you the resources in order to cope with these demands that you may not have the ability to meet, like onboarding or training?
Now, when I said earlier about the corporate environment having a very structured sort of onboarding training program, the startup by its very nature and by the needs of its business cannot do it in that sort of structured manner. Learning in a startup is akin to being an apprentice, and the difference is perhaps that you're thrown into the fire a lot quicker than in a formally structured program. So one must be mentally prepared to do that, and while you may get thrown into the fire pretty quickly, there's always enough people to back you up, and as long as you have that backing, one just simply needs to forge ahead and learn, and after a while one gets very comfortable with this sort of environment.
So I said that basically your people have to mentor you, they give you the resources, but they tell you that even though you may have made a mistake, they're also there to learn from the mistake together.
Yes.
In fact, it's not a Gen Y mistake, it's a company learning together a mistake.
That's right.
As opposed to structured where it seems like if you go out of the norm, you are actually making a mistake. So very different mindset.
That's correct.
Thank you so much for the insight. I'm sure the Gen Ys here would love to understand more about startups and maybe connect with you another time.
Definitely.
But really, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Yes.